to get through this. Can we do it? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going home for a little bit. Actually, I'm going to my hotel room. Here we go. Ready? We're going to talk about 6 weeks to elite. Number 1, foundations are the most important thing. If you do not have a good foundation in your business, you can't build anything on top of it. How many of you in here are builders, right? Not builders from doTERRA, but actual, like you build homes. Everyone's like, I am. How many of you build homes? Yeah, a few of you. How important is the foundation? It's everything, right? It's everything. In fact, I'm going to show you something really quick. Do you guys see? It's kind of hard because this foundation, these pictures, those words, Dan, should be moved down so they can see it. But I'm going to point at this really quick. Do you guys see this? Do you see this house right here? What if we were to take that house and put a lot of paint on it? Put really beautiful like furniture inside. Maybe put some bushes up here to hide this. That's what some of us do with our businesses, right? How long would that last? He moved it down all the way. Dad, you're awesome. Like, how long would that last? Not very long. Would you invest into that? It's not going to be there very long, is it? What about this structure right here? That's going to be there forever, forever. The foundation is the most important part of your business. It's the most important part. If you don't know how to build this foundation, you won't be able to show anybody how to do it. And I want to tell you something right now. Do you know why I went out 2 months ago and actually did the job of doing all the hard recruiting work? I'll tell you exactly why. Because I believe I can't stand on this stage and tell you to do something I'm not willing to do myself. I can't. Because if I do, that is hypocritical, is it not? And not only that, your leaders see right through it. They're like, you're telling me to do this and you don't even do it yourself. Not only that, the worst part is if you have a problem and you come to me and I haven't done it myself multiple times, I will never know. I will never be able to lead you through that problem. Is this not true? So, we're going to talk about the key foundation in your business, okay? That's elite. If you don't know how to take someone elite quickly, effectively, with the exact same building blocks, then this is your foundation. You won't have a foundation of your business. This is the first thing when it comes to building that you need to know how to do. You have to know how to do this. Focus on sharing with people, okay? The foundation of all success, you learn to build elites, you learn to teach your team to build elites, okay? Well, let's just go back really quick. You know what an elite is? I know you know this, right? It's 3,000. Okay, we're good. Next. So a silver, watch this. A silver is 3 legs of 3,000. So you would have to not only know how to do it yourself. Hold on. Let me say this again. Do you know how to go elite yourself in 6 weeks? If you don't, no. If you've not done it yourself, if it took you 18 months to go elite, you don't know how to do it. Are we clear? Yes. So you have to do it again. You have to do the process again so you know how to do this for yourself. And then 3 people underneath you doing the same thing, those 3 legs, okay? If you have 3,000 to become a silver, the average annual earning of a silver is $28,205 US dollars. This is a platinum. 3 silvers with 3 elites underneath each silver. It's still 9 elites, right? The average annual earning is $115,000 US dollars. Diamond. 4 silvers, 12 elites. All of them know how to go elite in 6 weeks, a very solid foundation so they can keep building. The average annual earning right now is $204,000 US dollars. Yeah, presidential diamond. 54 elites, the average annual earnings are $1,295,000 US dollars. Now, I've gone presidential and presidential again. And then a third time I'm going for it. So you can see why I make the money I do, right? It's just the average. I'm just average. Next. Okay. This is what we're going to do. The elite in 6-week building system is helping, and then help your 3 builders become elite, and then teach your leaders to help others become elite. It's like we do it, we teach 3, and we teach them how to teach 3. That's basically the system. By the way, you never have to take pictures of any of these slides. I'm telling you now. All of these things will be uploaded. Every single thing will be uploaded. You'll be able to use every single PowerPoint, every single PDF. You know, all of Dana Moore's stuff, all of her stuff for continuing education, all of that, it's just daily mentor calls, resources. By the end of this week, or maybe the middle of next week, everything will be in the daily mentor calls under resources, right? Yeah. So, all accessible, all there, all free. You just have to make sure don't listen to the daily mentor calls on SoundCloud and not log in, because then you don't get any of this other stuff. You have to actually log in and get this stuff. Okay, next. 5 key parts of the program is, number 1, you're going to choose your Jumpstart Week. Number 2, you're going to create and rank your names list. You've heard this before, have you not? Number 3, you're going to schedule 4 classes during your Jumpstart Week. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. You're going to guarantee good attendance, and you're going to invite others to host future classes. Let me show you what this looks like in detail. Now, when someone comes to me and they say, Allyse, I'm really excited to start this business, I literally look at them and say, okay, you need to choose a week that you have a lot more time, that we can actually launch your business. We call it your Jump Start Week. By the way, I didn't put this program together. Do you know who did? Diane Shepard. She's freaking awesome. She's a presidential diamond. She's amazing. Back in the day, she's on my team. Back in the day, she's actually right under Sharon. Sharon, where are you again? Yeah, she's on Sharon's team. Under Nora. Is Nora here? Nora's here. Nora, where are you? Nora actually signed up Diane, right? She's awesome. Yeah, Diane put this together. So, you want to do your Jumpstart Week at least 2 to 3 weeks in the future. Why? You know this reason. You have to have time to what? Sample and follow up. You have to put your Jumpstart Week at least 2 to 3 weeks in the future, okay? Next, I want to tell you about the law of diminishing intent. It's like this. January 1st comes, and we have a goal. We're going to go to the gym every day, 5 days a week. What happens January 30th? Most of us actually never even went to the gym once. But basically what it means is, at the very beginning, you're the most excited. You're the most excited about your business at the very beginning. So the longer and longer and longer you wait, the less and less and less excited you are. So don't let them push that Jumpstart Week off too far. Does that make sense? So it should be 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, the latest would be like 1 to 2 months out, but have them choose a week that says, okay, this is the week that I have time. I can launch my business, okay? And then Newton's law of motion is basically objects that are in motion, they stay in motion. If you get momentum going, you can run with momentum, right? Now, this is what I tell people that come to me and they say, I want to start this business, I want to get going. I look at them and I simply say, okay, would you like to do this effectively or ineffectively? Nobody has said, ineffectively, please. Right? I literally, honestly, I just say, do you want to do it effectively or ineffectively? What do they always say? Effectively. Let me show you how we effectively build this business. They always choose that. Now, for sharers, if they're not really business builders, you're going to have to tone this down. A lot of them don't want to do this, but I'm talking about people that want to build a business. So, effectively. Next. You got to make your names list and send out samples. You know this. We've gone over this, right, guys? These are the 7 things you're looking for. You rate them according to those 7 things. You first sample the people what? We know this. We've gone over this. That's right, the highest on your list. Next. Now you schedule 4 classes during 1 week. I'm going to tell you why. It's super important that you do this. It's critical that you do this, not only for placements, but for so many other things. Number 1, you're going out to all these people and you're doing a jumpstart week. You're building to launch your business. You're getting ready to launch your business. And when you're contacting people, you're literally going to say, okay, on this week, I have a class 10 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday at 5, or Thursday at 3:30, Thursday at 7, and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Which one of these works out for you? If they say none of them, usually what does that mean? They're either not in town that week, or they're not really interested. So you give them all these options so you don't have to keep coming back going, oh, I have another class, You're getting ready to launch your business. You give them 4 options. So basically the first cool thing is you give people options to choose from right from the bat. The second is guaranteed to have some success. Let me tell you why. If you're sampling, and usually we're going to talk about this, you need about 2 weeks before your launch week to sample and to follow up. Because our goal is, check this out, let's do the numbers. If we have 4 classes, do you remember how many people we had to talk to per class?
20.
Yep, 20 times 4 is what?
80.
So we're going to get out and we're going to try and talk to and sample 80 people. The minimum of 100 should be on the list. A minimum. Do you understand? So it takes a couple weeks to get out to sample and follow up with about 80 people, right? Because we want to talk to about 20. How many people show up? 10 times 4 is what? No, actually it's 8. 10 commit, so 40 people commit, and 8 actually show up. 8 times 4 is what? 32. You have 32 people showing up for your classes, okay? So what if you have one class that just stinks? And we all do. What if you have just a bad class? What are the chances that all 4 of those classes are going to be bad if you're following the system? Very, like almost nil. And not only that, if you have 4 classes, if you had 1 class, if you did the regular way and you just had 1 class, I'll tell you what the regular way is. It goes like this. Okay, I'm going to have a class. They have a class, 10 people commit, 3 people come. They're like, oh my gosh, that was a lot of work, and I only signed up 1 person. And that 1 person, 85% of the time is a what? Product user, right? So then they're like, I don't want to do a class next week or in the next 2 days because they're kind of burnt out and it wasn't super successful. So they wait for 2 to 3 weeks to do another class. And that product person, you have to put them somewhere, do you not? So where do they go? Frontline. And they're a product user. Are they stuck there? Yeah. So then you have another class 3 weeks later, right? And your upline is super excited for you to be like, have the power of 3 so she can have her 250 power of 3. Right? So you have another class and you do the same thing and you find probably the chances are what? Another product user, 1, and then you put them and she goes, oh, I have a great idea. Let's just put them frontline to you and you are on your way to building a $50 power of 3. So you stick them on frontline and now you have 2 product users frontline. And then maybe you do it again and you happen to have a sharer that comes to the table and she's like, this is fantastic, put them frontline and now you have your $50 power of 3, I have my $250 power of 3 and we are on our way to financial freedom, right? Well, with a structure like that, with 2 product users and a sharer on your frontline, I'll tell you what that looks like. That looks like a silver max. You can muscle your way to gold, but you will hit a wall because all of us only have 24 hours of the day. Do you hear me? We're going to talk more about that tomorrow. Is that okay? But somebody claps. Okay. So you're guaranteed to have some success by the end of the week, right? Placements is the biggest thing. Think about this, my friends. If you're you're rating your people and you have 5, 6, and 7s, and 40 people commit to come, 8 people show up times 4 classes, you have 32 people that are 5, 6s, and 7s that have now signed up. The chances of you finding at least 1 or 2 committed and capable leaders out of those 32 are much greater than you finding 1 out of 1. Right? So within that week period of time, you have all of these people that now you can work with and place and move and maneuver in a way that you are set up. No questions right now, not on placements. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. It's like a whole hour long, we've got to get through. You can set up in a way to move and maneuver in a way so that now you're set up. I promise we're going to go over this for almost 3.5 hours tomorrow until you're sick in the face of placements. Okay? That didn't even make sense. Sick in the face. I meant blue in the face. I'm getting tired. By the end of the week, I'm going to be saying craziness. Just crazy stuff. Okay. The next reason why we have 4 classes in 1 week. Leaders need to learn to teach classes. This is how it happens. Watch this. If it's only every 3 weeks that a leader even hears a class, they forget how to teach a class and they're nervous about it. But watch. 4 times. This is how it sets up. It goes like this. Melanie, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have these 4 classes. Melanie, I'm going to teach the first class for you, okay? All you have to do is just show up and give a testimonial. Just talk about what's a good thing. The second class, Melanie, you're going to teach a part, and I'm going to teach a part. You can choose the part you want to teach. Just prep it, and I'll be there. The third class, Melanie, you're going to teach half, and I'm going to teach half, okay? And the fourth class, Melanie, you're going to teach the whole thing, and I'm going to help you close. And then they're good to go. Now they're teaching classes because they've heard it every day or every other day. It's very, very, very recent. Are you with me? Now, does this happen all the time? Not all the time. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. You know, you need to spend maybe 6 or 7 classes with the leader, but you have a Molly date and I teach her 1 class, and after I did what I did in that 1 class, she's like, I got it. I'm on my own, Allyse. You're not going to tell anybody else what to do with their ear when it's not really an ear infection. So after that 1 class, Molly Dayton taught her own classes. She was off to the races, right? Actually, maybe that's actually a very good strategy of mine. I'm going to botch your class up so bad that you're wanting to teach. So these are the reasons why you want to have, that's your jumpstart rate. This is where we launch your business. And those all 4 reasons are the reasons why. Are you clear why that's important? So you literally look at them and say, you want to do it effectively or ineffectively? If they say, I only want to have 1 class at the beginning. What have you already set them up for? Well, we better find a committed and capable leader in that 1 class of the 6 people that enroll so we can put people onto that committed and capable leader. If not, they're stuck on the front line and they're not where they need to be. Are we clear? We're going to talk about that more tomorrow. Okay, next. Guaranteed good attendance. It's a five contact method at least, right? Your first contact is you offer to give them a free sample. Your second contact, you follow up. Third, you call 2 days later. After they have a good experience, you invite them to a class. Fourth, call 2 days before the class. Fifth, text 2 hours before. Okay? Do you see how all the pieces of the duplication model fit into each other? They all fit. It's not really hard. You just do it over and over again. Next. Now, you're going to invite others to host future classes. We went over this. You know how to do this with the keychain? You just do it at the end of your class, right? True. We can move on. We get this, right? Next. This is the schedule. Watch how this works. Prep week 1. You sample, follow up, and invite. Prep week 2. Sample, follow up, and invite. Week 1, you actually launch. There's your 4 classes. Week 2, it's a prep. Why? Think about this, think about this, think about this. If you're hosting, if other people are hosting classes, why do you need a prep week right there? They have to have time for those classes to sample and follow up, right? So you have a prep week. Now, week 2, you have prep week. Week 3, 2 classes. Your goal is off of those 4 classes that you taught, you are actually sampling. Okay, so for every class that you taught, your goal is to get 2 people to host another class. Watch. So you set it up, and you go, not there, you can't see that. So you have 4 classes, and then you have 2 people from this first class that want to host, and 2 people that want to host, and sometimes you even have more here, and you're running like crazy. What if every single class you have, you booked 2 classes off of every class you have. Off of 8 people that came, you would never, ever, ever run out of people. Can I tell you a secret? I signed up 26 people at the very beginning. This is when I went diamond. I signed up 26 people. Off of those 26 enrollments at the very beginning, off of those 26 enrollments, I went presidential diamond. Yeah. I placed them in different places. I didn't run out of people to work with. I didn't run out of classes. We just ran a system. Clear? Okay, now, let's break this up into different sections. What if, no matter when they sign up, at any period of time of the month, even if it's the first week or the second week, within 6 weeks, they will be elite. Watch. So if the average amount of volume from a class, it was actually 600, but let's make it lower just for easiness of timesing it. Let's make it 5. So right here, let's say they signed up this week right here. We're gonna go 6 weeks out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 classes times 500, how much volume is there? 2,000. And then how much volume is here? 1,000. What are you already? Elite. What if you sign up here? You're already elite. What if you sign up right here, prep week? What is that? 1,000, 2,000, 3. Any way you cut it, you are an elite. Are we clear? You shouldn't be launching leaders any other way. Like this every time, every single time. It's like the class. You do the class the same way every time. You duplicate it. You launch your leaders the same way every time. You want to do it effectively or ineffectively? Great, effectively, this is how we do it. Now, if a sharer goes, gosh, I'd really like to do this, but that's just a lot more time, you just slow the process down and you don't put those people on your front line. Are we clear? Next. This is what happens when you get elite in 6 weeks. You get new team members. You have a new wellness advocate. Your new wellness advocate is trained and is actively teaching classes. You earn great fast start bonuses. You're set up for a successful business. You have future classes booked on your calendar to keep your business going. And duplication, well, you teach others what you did. This works online and live. Do you want me to teach a little bit about online tomorrow? I will. Okay? It works both, online and live. It's the same business building model. So guess what? Let's go back to that second call. Remember, we're almost done. I promise I'm gonna try and get you out of here so close. Let's go back to that second call. Page number 42, okay? Do you remember I said I'd give them a very